I think it's time we actually get some building done. You see all of this right here? It's going to change. That's going to go. That's going to go. Most certainly that is going to go. And that. And yeah, we're going to get planning our village area. Now, I have sort of planned it and sketched it out in Photoshop. And yeah, I kind of want to outline it with wool. This is the whole purpose of me building this wool farm, to go out and mark everything around this area. But you know what we're going to need for that? We're going to need a bit of a time lapse. And I say a bit because it's not going to be major, to clear this area out and start placing wool. Alright guys, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed the time lapse, but something caught my eye while working around here and making sure it's cleared out. Have you guys noticed something missing? Like, my Elytra shop is gone and there is a sign here that is in the place of where the shop was. You have been relocated. You're welcome. The family. Oh no, they better not be starting things here. They better not be starting things here. If I think this is where the shop's gone, been relocated to, then I think we're gonna have some problems, because if you don't know who the family are or who names themselves as the family, it's the shopping district guys way out there. And I'm assuming they've moved my shop because my shop's away from the shopping district. I think I might have to do some investigating over there and see if we can locate that. Okay, so we're over at the shopping district area and it's pretty rainy over here. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that he's moved it over here. No, okay, there's a path going there. Okay, it's not this way. Where on earth could it be then? Because honestly, I mean, I'm assuming it's these guys. These guys, I'm pretty sure, name themselves the family. So I'm assuming they've made like paths and stuff. Is there a path going through there somewhere? No? Okay. Oh, wow, that's new. Nice little cobblestone. Ah, there it is. Okay, come on. Why have you moved my Elytra shop? It's a very good thing that I basically took the Elytras out. I had like 2 left. And I'm keeping them as spares in case I die. And yeah, it's okay. Store closed. Rent due. The family. Are you kidding me? Are you actually joking me? Like, these guys want me to pay rent to own my own shop? Like, what? Okay, this is actually crazy. I'm not even going to lie to you. This is just... I built this. This was my build. And they had the cheek to move it. I guess in a way it's a good thing because I needed space around my area anyway. But geez, like, come on. I think we should get these guys back. And I have a very high suspicion of who was in charge of this. Fix It has most likely done this. He's built this insane tower. He's got the water bucket shop over there. And he has his beetroot shop way over that way. I think we're getting back. I really do think we're getting back. And I'm going to get someone else on board with me to help me get him back. And I have just come up with a genius idea to get him back here. This water shop, he absolutely loves. It's his pride and joy. But what if this water shop was turned into lava? I think we're going to get someone else involved in this, but holy moly, I think this is going to be our plan. I think we'll make all them tubes over there lava. I think we'll change them pixel arts to be lava buckets. I think we'll change that to a massive lava pond, and anything that's water around here is going to be turned into lava. I think that's our plan. Okay, that's our plan. I'm going to speak to Nashcrafter in the meantime because I think she will be in on this with me. So I think me and Nashcrafter are going to end up turning all of this into a lava shop rather than a water shop. And we're going to, I suppose, not steal, but relocate all of his stock for when he turns it back. I mean, I don't care if he turns it back to water, but it's just the purpose of him, you know, taking my shop, my pride in possession, my pride in joy, my Elytra shop. He just took from me. So I think we got to get him back for that one, but I'm going to wait for the right time and the right moment. So now this area is all cleared. We're ready to do what we want to do, and that is to start planning out where we want things to go, because I've already sketched out in Photoshop like a color-coded palette of where I want things to go, and it's only just a first draft. I've not fully decided yet. For example, this iron farm will be basically just covered by like a big building or something. I'm not entirely sure exactly how I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to leave that out in the open, but with some decorations and like, I don't know, like a pond next to it or something. And yeah, we're going to get on to planning a village. All right, so this is something, I'll be honest, I have never done before. However, I'm good friends with a lot of good builders, and I've watched a lot of people do this, and it's not actually that difficult. So what I've done is I've got a list in front of me now of the colors that I'm going to need, because I've already color coded what I'm going to be doing. As an example, the pathways I'm going to mark in red. I'm going to do the crop fields in green wool. I'm going to mark out the smaller buildings in yellow. I'm going to mark out the bigger buildings in orange wool. And I think for now, that's what we're going to focus on. I've got other things that I want to do, such as like decorations, ponds, and other things like that, and like the areas that I want to terraform, which I'm going to do in a pink color. But for now, these are the main things that we're going to need. The first thing we're going to need to work on is pathways, which then we can use to our advantage to then insert these little, well, I say little, big buildings, small buildings, and crop fields into. Having the pathways down, though, is absolutely essential, because you want to make sure that you can get around your place. And that way, if you need to change a pathway later down the line, there's no like moving buildings or anything like that. It's just a case of marking out where you want your pathways to be. As an example, there's going to be a pathway coming out right here, and I think I'm going to curve it around this way, and I'm probably going to have a pathway going right the way around, and this area is going to be covered with crop fields and stuff. And then on the outer edges, it's just going to be mixed in with the small and big buildings. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start by marking down these pathways and seeing what I can come up with, and yeah, I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Okay, after a good night's rest, I'm pretty convinced that I've got all the pathways in that I can currently think about at the moment. So let's take a fly up in the air and have a look at what's been marked out. So as you can see here, I've got some pathways stemming from each one of the crop fields. I've got one going from this side, one going from that side, and then these two here, it's just because these bits, I've not decided exactly what I want here. I think what I might do, actually, I don't think it'll allow me. It depends. I was thinking maybe if I've got the space underneath here, I could have like two axolotl homes, like little aquariums underneath this bit. But I don't think I'll have the space for that once I've decided on a pattern for the inside of there and how I'm going to get down. So yeah, basically I've made sure that that's accessible. I've got that accessible. I've also got a pathway going down that way. What if I just broke that one? Okay. If you guys don't know, I've had to put string on every single one of these glass blocks because otherwise it's going to get real snowy. And if you're wondering why two of these sides look a little bit different, where one's just trapdoors and one is mixed, it's because I was playing around with designs, but I've settled for one that I'm going to use, which isn't either of these. And I'm going to have a custom tree here in the middle, which I think we're going to build either this episode or next episode. I haven't decided yet because, I'll be honest, I've never really done one before, and when I have tried, I've always failed miserably. But we're going to give it a go. The thing is with Minecraft, to get better at building, is you just have to take yourself out that comfort zone. Like, for example, this pathway designing thing and marking out stuff is not in my comfort zone whatsoever. Like, it's completely out of my comfort zone. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get a rough idea of where the paths are going to go. And I think before we get marking anything else, such as the buildings, I think we'll have to get started with at least building the paths so I know what sort of width I'm looking for. And the problem we're going to have is we might have to put string on everything before it snows and gets covered, which is going to be a big problem. But luckily for me, I've got a farm that will, you know, supply me a decent amount of string, which shouldn't be an issue. So I'm going to make sure I have that all stored away, because basically anywhere I place a block, and especially path blocks, I'm going to need to place string. Otherwise, it's just going to get absolutely covered in snow. Unless I was to build like a huge platform over there, or right at the very top of the build limit, which is just going to be glass blocks or just something blocking the sky. I could even use glass panes. I believe that works as well, right? I think if I just do that way up in the sky, that could work. But the whole reason I decided to build in a snowy biome is because it's a challenge. It really is a challenge in, you know, in comparison to building in the plains, you haven't got to think about, like, you know, making sure things are, you know, covered properly. Whereas here you actually have, like, even the crop fields, sometimes you'll end up with patches of snow like there. So it's a little bit of a challenge trying to keep on top of it, which is kind of what I like. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on getting these all built up. So I'm going to need to go and grab some spruce resources to make sure I can get this done. And then I'm going to try and challenge myself to build a custom tree. Not entirely sure how this is going to go down. And we are done. Look at this. Much more of an improvement. I actually thought I was recording on my other screen, but turns out I forgot to click record, and I forgot to record a time lapse, which it still says start recording there. So apologies, you may have missed out on me building this, but all it really was is just me making it so it's going up and up into the middle, which is what's going to hold the custom tree that we're about to build. And honestly, guys, I'm a little bit scared because I've never done this before, and it's probably gonna look really bad, but I'm just gonna roll with it anyway. So things I'm going to need for this build is, of course, going to be the spruce logs, which I'm most likely going to strip off anyway. So let me just grab a few more of these. I'm going to need some slabs, most likely. Trapdoors can go back because I don't think I'm going to use them. Planks we're not going to use either, but I will make some more stairs because I think I'll be using a lot of those. So let's stick the planks back. Let's grab the stairs. Let's make sure we have the slabs, which we do. We have a somewhat of a decent amount. And of course, the spruce fences, which are going to be coming in, you know, clutch really with this build. So let's just see where we get to. I've also got more of them on me, which I don't need. And let's go ahead and grab some. I don't even have any, but I'm going to turn all these into fences. Which is there. So we just make sure we have absolutely plenty because we are going to need quite a few of them from the stuff I've got in mind. Just beware, I have looked at custom trees on Minecraft. I looked at a variation of them, but there's nothing on my other monitor now that I'm going off. I'm just going to wing this. I have not a clue what I'm doing. So, and if you're wondering where I got all these leaves from, I did most of this, well, apart from these two, I did this on a live stream, twitch.tv/Metricate. We just hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, by the way, which I really do appreciate. So thank you very much. And I think it's about time we get started on a replay mod time lapse of me failing at a custom tree. Let's go. Okay, so at the moment, I'm currently not happy with it. It's a little bit chunkier than what I expected, and I've still got a lot to do on it because some of the sides look completely flat and some of the sides just look too chunky. So I'm going to have to try and toy around with a few ideas. Like this side, it looks horrific, but over this side, it doesn't look too bad. Like, for example, if I go over on this mountain, it looks somewhat all right. You know, it's like my first big custom tree, and I don't know what else to say about it. It's horrific. It is horrific. I'm not going to lie to you. It's just, I've just tried, and part of me doesn't like it. I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. Maybe I've made it too big, or I don't know. It's just something about it just doesn't feel right. It's like maybe I've got to go out more, like here, and then make it shape up a bit more. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. I mean, there's still a lot to do. Like, I've even tried making it less flat by like bringing some, like, a couple of blocks out like that, and it still looks a bit funny, and I'm not too sure what to do about it. I'm going to keep playing around with this as time goes anyway. It looks really bad, I think. Maybe I'm just too harsh on myself, I don't know, but I think a lot of you guys can agree that this looks horrific. As of now, who said it's going to stay looking horrific? Nobody did, because I am going to one day fix that and make it look a little bit better. But there is people actually on the server that are way better at custom trees than me. As an example, one of my neighbors, even though she does really thin, tall trees, I wonder if she could help me with that. Or is this long gone now? I don't know. I mean, it's not really where I want it to be, but it's definitely a good start. I mean, if I look at it at that side and be like, this is just the start, this is nowhere near finished, then I think I feel a little bit better. Okay, yeah, the more I look at this, the more I decide I just want to get rid of it. So I'm going to tear this down and I'm going to try a bit of a different strategy. It just looks horrific. Let's be real. I'm going to start again. Oh my god, would you believe it? I'm literally mid-time lapse and this guy just spawned a block in front of me. What have you got? What have you got? Absolutely nothing of use as per usual. I might take some of these though. Ooh. Okay, so I have just got everything that I need. I want one of you, one of you, one of that, one of that. What else do I want? Quartz block, deep slate. This is cool. I love this. Some of that one. Look at this. We're getting absolutely stacked on decoration blocks right here. Some of that and some of that. Now that's everything, right? Yeah. Didn't get any wool. I can go and get wool, but in fact, you know what? My wool farm's right here. And then go ahead and grab this wool block as well. The unlit redstone lamp is pretty cool, but I should have the stuff to craft it, right? Is it bad that I don't even remember how to craft it? Is it like 4 redstone and something else? 4 redstone and a glowstone. Okay, you know what? I can do that. And there we go. What about this one? This one looks really cool. This one, I think, is crying obsidian, and I think glowstone. I could be wrong. Oh, by the way, does anyone like the fact that his llama's just dangling? I need to empty all of these into a chest because my inventory is getting full. So I need crying obsidian and glowstone to create the respawn anchor, which I am going to grab off the Wandering Trader. And just like that, boom. Anything else we want? Not really. I'd love these, I'm not gonna lie, but it just means going into the nether, and these ones I can't really get. I might have to go and get a warp stem and a crimson stem just for the sake of having them. So we're gonna grab ourselves one of these. Well, we'll grab a few. And then we're gonna go over here to where there's a crimson forest, which is right here, and grab some of these. Oh, look at that. He's still here as well, which is nice. I had a bit of a feeling he'd despawn, but we'll grab one of those, and then we'll grab one of those. We've got so many of these small blocks now. That's awesome. Just to show you my collection, which I am not keeping in this chest right here. I'm actually storing them in here. So they're the ones that I've got. Pretty good going that for the first time. Alright, so after some time, this is what we're left with. It's already snowed as well, which I'm not bothered about because I think the tree is actually going to look really nice once it snows and sort of covers it. There's still a lot more for it to cover, but as of right now, it's looking pretty good. But there is one thing that it just doesn't look right, and it's the fact that I didn't strip the logs, which I'm going to do now. Okay, I think I've got every single one of them. Let me just quickly walk around and check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've got every single one of them. So let's have a look at, from a distance at what this looks like. I'm pretty happy with that. It's like this got like a really cool base as well. That it actually fits in very well. It's got to be said, I'm very impressed with this. I'm still yet to add the torches or lanterns. I've not fully decided where these fence posts are. I might move that one onto the side there. But yeah. Basically they're going to look like little branches. I might add a few more around there just to make it look a bit more connected. But other than that, I think we've done a pretty good job. I just got on this morning to do my paths, and someone has placed these everywhere. Let's see. You know what you did, the family. Okay, it wasn't me. I know exactly what they're referring to, and it wasn't me. They've got some personal vendetta against me, I swear. Oh my. I even got attacked with what they're referring to. Look, Dinnerbone, Dinnerbone. It was actually, I caught them in the act. It was Greg's and Farzi turning everyone's pets upside down. The family think it were me. Well, it looks like I've got some tree chopping to do. Let's go. So a little birdie just told me why Fix-It placed all them trees, and I know exactly why. And I have the perfect plan to get him back. It's going to be the best plan ever, trust me. Okay, so the actual reason why he placed... Oh, the chunks are struggling to load today, I'm not too sure why. Okay, yeah, the main reason why he's... Wait, where is... Oh, okay, no, they're there. Okay, so... Yeah, I think he's in the process of putting them all back. But I basically shaved all the top of these trees, and I think... Someone's been very busy putting all the leaves back, I'm assuming. Yeah, someone's been doing a lot of tree chopping, so that's probably where they've gone. But my plan is towards here. I'm going to make it very obvious that something's gone on. I'm going to double up his trees. I should have brought bones, actually. Whoops. Okay, so now I've got my bone meal after having to travel home for it. This is my idea. I'm going to cut off the 4 center bits here. So on top of here, we're going to place dirt. Then we're going to place these, and then we're going to bone meal them. And this is what I'm going to do. Look, his trees are going to be doubled up, and I think it's the perfect way to get him back for what he just did to me. And with one sapling remaining, it's done, but I'm kind of a little bit mad because I've kind of made his forest look a little better. I have literally give his forest some life, and I don't like that. This was meant to be a prank, and I don't think it went too well, to be honest. Who knows? He might actually get mad, but we'll see. So now that prank is completely done, I'm going to work on getting all the paths done, but just to show you something I did off camera, I've made a sugarcane farm down here, which I am going to need for fireworks, and this one's fully automatic. I don't have to touch it. It will just deposit all the sugarcane as and when I get them. But this next job here is going to be a lot of work. All these red wool paths that I've outlined, I'm going to turn into this kind of path block. And yeah, I'm going to get on with this in the form of a time lapse and just try and get it done, because I kind of want to get started with outlining where I want all the builds to be, where I want all the crop fields to go and all that sort of stuff. I just feel like getting the path laid out and getting the edges of the path done, which I do have an idea for. As an example, these snow layers that I'm going to get, which Nash has a snow farm over there, I'm going to outline the edges of this with like snow, as if we've just like dug it completely out the way and just have it thick on this side and then slowly go down to the normal snow layers. I think that's going to look pretty sweet. There's no point us using leaves because it's just going to get covered in snow and it's pretty pointless, but other than that, that's pretty much the path design that we're going to go with, and I'm going to get to work on that right now. So you might not think about this, but a lot of work has gone into laying down all these snow layers and having a bit of an outer edge for the path design. Now, the reason I've used path blocks, if I haven't already mentioned, is that snow will not turn these into regular dirt blocks. Like, snow will not fall on these at all. Like, you won't get these snow layers appearing. And I've kind of tried making it more like a nature theme. I've tried making it look like all of this is manually dug out and sort of like moved to the side. Hence why I've made it a little bit taller on the edges. And then down here, it's just, you know, fading towards just the regular snow layer size. But this so far is pretty good, and I'm actually really, really liking this. Another thing that I've worked on off camera is this little mine design, which goes all the way down to Y11. I've already mapped out a perimeter for the haste beacon, which I've got way down there, and this is basically the area that I'm going to be mining out from as high as I can reach. We've got a mine shaft up there as well, to as low as I can actually go towards bedrock. So all of this is going to get haste mined out in my own time. I'm not going to do all this on camera because obviously, for one, it'll be very boring to watch, and for two, it's going to take way too much time, and it probably won't all be done in one go. It'll probably just do like this square as like one, and then do that one, and then yeah, just sort of do it in sections. But I'm probably going to aim up than I am going down. So the priority is not really diamonds. The whole reason I'm doing this is actually redstone, and it's actually building blocks, because these things will definitely come in handy, and I'll get a wide variety of deep slate. Well, I can craft a wide variety of deep slate, shall I add. I'm going to make sure I'm going to have to do this with my fortune free pick rather than silk touch, because once you have deep slate, you can't turn that, well, you can, but you just got to remine it and place it, you know, place it all down and remine it all back up again, which is a bit of a pain. But I'll get a variety of like these stone blocks. Hello, zombie. Get a variety of ores and all that sort of stuff, but the main reason is to get some more building blocks and some more redstone. There is going to be more work done on this mine, but for now, I think that's all the time that I've got. Appreciate you all watching the episode, and I will see you all in the next one, where I actually have something planned that we're going to get to work on, and I'm going to tease it right now, and I want you guys to comment what you think it is. This here, this chest, is the teaser for next episode. If you have any idea what this could be, then drop it in the comments, because I'd like to see if you guys can figure this out. I'm going to give you guys a bit of a tip. Just count the amount of dies that are in here, and then try and figure it out from the amount that's actually in there. Actually, there should be 2 of those. But other than that, count the dies and try and work out exactly what I'm going to be doing next episode. But until then, I'll see you guys there, and goodbye.